Stop. Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Hughes, and I'm the I3 here at Hudson Middle School. I'm going to be talking to you about a website today called Formative. Not formal, but formative. GoFormative.com. This is a site that helps teachers to create formative assessments so that the students can be the teaching can be adjusted while the students are taking these little tests and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me explain that formative assessment. I'll read my script here and look at the camera so you don't think I'm not looking at you. Formative assessment, including diagnostic testing, is a range of formal and informal assessment procedures conducted by teachers during the learning process in order to modify teaching and learning activities to improve student attainment. But they don't have to be necessarily formal, like it said, diagnostic testing. They can be very informal. They can be just a generalized question like, hey, how you doing? By the way, what is the capital of Texas? Oh, by the way, how did Einstein come up with this? And just ask questions. But there are also techniques and things that you can do and actual formative assessments that you can give. One of these formative assessments or one of these tools that we have is called GoFormative. GoFormative is a website that allows you to log in and create formative assessments that your students can take either right here in class, sorry, my hands are right here in class, or they could do it on their phone on their way home, or they could do it at home. And all you have to do is just assign things, and that's how it works. So I'm going to stop and have the camera look at me because I don't want to, break the camera. And I'm going to switch it to my screen. So I'm going to switch over here and let y'all see what GoFormative looks like. Alrighty, so here we go. This is GoFormative. I'm going to go ahead and go to the website. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out. Okay. I know this is more of an advanced one, but I didn't want to go over how to log in. But interestingly enough, you could just go ahead if you have a school district email and Google login. Okay, that's the way I do it. And it asks me which one because there's a bunch of them here. And so I go with my school account and bam, there it is. It's a sparse looking website. At first you kind of think, oh my gosh, where do I start? But it starts out here with the formatives to which you can create a new one, or you can add classes and trackers. Now, before I get anywhere started with creating new formatives, if you are a teacher of a core subject, you can assign, I guess would be the word, or select the different standards that your class needs. So let me go to my account and settings. And right here it says, okay, account info, that's me. And then settings. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click these out. Yes, I'm going to remove them. I teach computers, so there's no standards for me. But there are standards for everything else, like California standards, Common Core standards, Common Core, all the way down to Texas standards. There they are. Look, now you can do mathematics, English and language arts, social studies, and science. And you can choose them all, okay? And you can do it by grade. Confirm. Go back and do another one. I'm going to say again, Texas. Let's try social studies this time. Again, 7th grade. And confirm and exit. And as you can see, it's going to hold those standards right there for me. So that's the first bit. I'm sorry, somebody's calling. And I'm not even answering. So we are going to do a new formative assessment. Now, when we do this formative assessment, we are going to create a new one. All right. The first thing, you can change the title if you'd like. Let's just say formative 1 and then enter. No big deal. And now what we're going to do is create some questions, some formative assessments. You have the ability with your district login to do adding content and adding questions. You can also do the advanced questions, but I'm not going to get into that today. That'll be a different webinar. So the first thing we're going to do is look at, well, okay, let's say we need an image. We need the students to identify something. So I have an image. I'm going to choose that file. And let's just say I'm going to go all the way down and, perfect. I will see this one. So I'll open it, and it's putting in a picture of my puppy Snuggles. That's my Snuggie. Now, there's not much you could do with this, but you can now add underneath it, add another question, and say you can add a text block. And you type your text, and you say, something like simple, what kind of animal is this? Something just happened and it all went blank. There it is back. So what kind of animal is that? But you know what? I don't like that. I don't think we need a text box. What we actually probably need is a multiple choice question. All right, so again, what kind of animal is this? Fat fingers, sorry. All right, so A is a cat, because we know that's wrong. B is a ferret. C, we'll put dog. And D, we'll put elephant. At least they're all mammals, right? Now, you can continue to add a ton more. You can say everything. But while you're creating this, if you check the right answer, C, it says, look, there's the key. The answer is C. It's a dog. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add another kind. And I'm going to go again with the text block, and I'm going to show you why. Sorry, I'm going to do the multiple choice again. But this time, what I want to do is I want to click this button here with the mathematics. Now, this all of a sudden shows up, and you're like, if you're like me, I have no idea about math, so I don't know what to do. But what I do is I just click on it, get rid of it, and say 1 plus 1 equals what? So now, again, you could say that equals 2, 4, 6, 8. Again, I'm trying to be really simple. So you make the key, and there you go. So that's, again, a multiple choice. Those are 2 multiple choice sections. Now, you could also do this. Let me show you. Let's say we went to YouTube, even though I'm on YouTube, and I grab a video. Let's say, gosh, there's no videos here that song videos. Oh, Star Wars. That's a good video. That's always a good video, right? So we don't really care about the video. We're just going to take this and copy it. And now we're going to put it back in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a video. And the video is right here. And what I'm going to do is paste. And there's your video. So the students now have to watch the video. And then we'll insert, again, either a multiple choice or a short answer. How about a short answer? The short answer is, the question is, who is the last Jedi? Because I haven't seen the movie and I don't know. Now, we need to add a correct answer. And since I don't know what the correct answer is, this will be an interesting one. But what I will do is I will add the correct answer. And I don't know, let's say it's Ray. Or no, better yet, let's say it's Finn. Because, Finn, I don't know, he just didn't get enough respect in the last movie. I think he did. Anyway, I think Finn is the right answer. Okay, so I'm going to move on now. Let's try a show your work question. This one's neat. How would you show 5 plus 3 equals 8? So what the students can now do is, and I'll show you this once we present it, is they can write on this little board and show you little blocks and show you 5 blocks plus 3 blocks equals 8 blocks. And that would work. So we have 4 questions. Okay, this isn't a big deal so far, but we have 4 questions. So now I say, all right, I want to assign this to my students. So I click here and I go to assign. Now, as I assign, I can say I want to assign it to all my third period computer exploration. There we go. Assigned. There we go. Formative is live. All my students, I only have one, but all my students are going to take this test. And that's great. We're going to get, we won't need a link, but what we are going to do actually is we're going to do a guest student as well. So watch this. If I assign it now, I get a cute little code. And I'm going to use my iPad to sign in and answer these questions. So while I do that, let me, oh, I'm sorry. This is the code that you would use. The students would look it up, and it would basically look like this. What kind of animal is this? And then they could answer, it's B, it's a ferret. And then what is 1 + 1? Oh, no, it's 2. I know that one. Star Wars. Oh, we got to watch the video? Cool Star Wars stuff. Definitely preview your videos before you do this, because you never know, like, if there's going to be something that's freaky on there that you don't want to show. So always, yes, preview. Who is the Last Jedi? Let's say, I'm going to say Rey, because, you know, I don't know the movie. Or no, better yet, I'm going to say Luke, because Luke is, you know. Okay. And then I move, how would you show 5 + 3 = 8? Let's show your work. It gives you a little whiteboard. I know you don't notice this, but it does. And right here, you have a pencil. You can draw. You have a box. This is kind of what I'd be showing my students, is that I'd like them to create a box that has 5 levels. I'm doing this quickly in order to save time. I think I got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now I get another little box, and I go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then I can put in a text right here and say 5 space 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 plus space 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 3 space 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 equals, and then they would bring another one in. And, you know, draw your 8 lines. 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go, 8. I know that my drawing is really bad. However, this is just an idea of what you would want to do. 8. You can also put in a picture. You could also erase what you did, like that. I just used my eraser. Now I'd say, okay, I'm done. I showed my work. Look, 5 + 3 = 8. So now I'm done. As a teacher, I will go in and I will view my responses. I assigned it to a student named Joseph Hughes, who has not taken this test yet. So I'm going to have to talk with Joseph Hughes to make sure he took this test. But let's go ahead and let's switch over to a, here we go. All answers. Okay, so this guy named Patrick Hughes, he answered B as a ferret. He was wrong. That's not good. Okay, so that's number 2. Oh, he answered this one right. Green. Yay, green. He gets a point. We're going to talk about points in a minute. Number 3. Okay, now this one as a special answer, you can judge and say, you know what, I think he was right. I'm going to give him half a point on that one. Or you can say, you know what, I agree with him. There was a whole point there. So you can judge, you know, based on what they write. And I think you got kind of half the idea. No, you only got a third of the idea. But you can judge on their points. Okay, so that's an interesting and great little feature there on this one. Then again, how would you show 5 + 3 = 8? On this one, I would, again, you'd have to go through and say, yep, he got it. So way to go, Patrick Hughes. Let me show you another formative assessment idea. Sorry, this was my formative assessment. I'm going back. Okay, here we go. Now, one of the things when we talked about this is we didn't talk about this sign right here. It defaults to 1 point, but you could change that. You could make it 10. You could make it 40 points or 50 points because this one's really, really important. They need to know what kind of animal that dog is. Oh, I just gave you the answer. It's a dog. But you can see, you can change the point characteristics so that they work. You can also say, hey, I like this idea. I like this question, so I'm going to duplicate it. That's what this does. It duplicates it. Bam, right there. Boom. Okay. You can also delete it. Oh, I don't like that one. So you can see that creating this is quite easy. Okay, there's a bunch of different things. You can always click. There's multiple choice, multiple selections, short answer, essay, which in fact they'd have to obviously write a huge essay and go. We did the show your work. There is a true false as well. You may put in videos and whiteboards and all sorts of different anythings. You can even take a PDF and bring it in. Now, unfortunately, because I'm on the teacher free count, I only get 20 of these to do a month. So I don't want to, go through them, but I'll go ahead and put one on there anyway. Choose a file. Let's say I want to choose for some reason how to get into student share. That's a good one. Okay, we are now processing your files. So now, for instance, when I teach my class, one of the first things they have to learn is how to get their assignments out of student share. So once we do that, they have to study this. So this would be a really great idea, not only for the formative assessment, but it also could be a good way to do like the flipped classrooms idea, so that you give an assignment and say, tonight, I want you to look at this paperwork, and I want you to come in tomorrow knowing everything about this paperwork. So this is really neat that you can actually upload your own stuff. Okay. Now I want to go back and show you a couple of other formative assessments that I did. So let me try first formative. Let's try that one. Okay. So this one had a true false. And again, very easily, my answer was true. Oh, but you know what? I want to tag a standard. Here we go. Now my social studies standards are there. Okay. It applies to the chronology. Now that's not the standard that I need. But you just keep scrolling down. This isn't even a social studies, so maybe it's a math one. So let's see if there's math ones. Math. Math. Everyone loves math. There we go. Represent a sample space in simple and compound. That's great. It can also do this one, and this one, and this one. So you can see that you can assign a whole ton of standards to one or multiple questions. You can also decide, hey, man, oops, I didn't know that one. And so you can get rid of them. The standards are really, really cool. The little formula guy here is super cool because you can give them a really impossible question, or not impossible, but you can give them a math equation, put the answer there. You could also sit here and say in here, where do I put it? It would say, here we go. Add a whiteboard and bring it in here and show your work. You would have to say, show your work on this one. I think we'd actually probably, let's put it underneath so that I could say here, add a whiteboard, and then bring it in here, okay? So that the students would have to show their work. So that's just one way. Here was another question that I had with a YouTube. So I have them watch this little video and they're just listening to the song Hallelujah. And then the question says, after watching the video above, tell me who wrote the song. Well, it doesn't say in here that it's a Leonard Cohen song. So it's just them singing. So the video doesn't say that's my answer. As you assign this and you view the responses, once again, you can say, he said, I can't tell. Well, that's actually right. That's what the answer is. The video doesn't tell, so he can't tell. So we'll go ahead and give him points for that. Way to go, Sean. He got some points. Now, let's see what else do we need to talk about. Now, upgrading, you really don't need to do. Okay, with the free version, no credit card needed, always good. You get unlimited assignments. You get to teach using live student responses, and you get return scores to give you feedback. I'm going to show you some scores here in a minute with the tracker. Honestly, this is the best that I can deal with. I think this is great. Now, if you want to spend the 12 bucks a month, that's fine too. And you do get some extras, but I don't see it being worth all the extras. You know, I think just the free plan is really great. That's my personal view. You might want to upgrade it. So let's talk about okay, we did formatives. We did a new one. Okay, we made some formatives. We can delete formatives if we would like. We don't want to right now, though. Now, classes. Okay, now I can import my classes from Google Classroom. If you have Google Classrooms all set up, then you can import them and bring them in here. So I'm going to go again to my Garland District thing, and it's just going to start importing. What it does is it imports them all, which kind of is weird. I would rather not, because you know there's some classes you may not want to do this with. But you can very easily just say, oh, these are the Google Site teachers. Oh, the teachers don't need to see this. So I'll click on here and say delete. Yeah, I'm just going to delete this class. This class has only one student, and his name is Joseph Hughes. So what I'm going to do is, well, that's what those. I'm going to put in a class 1. Pick a color. I like purple. Purple's always cool. Abbreviation, I don't know, C1. There you go. Update. Maybe you can't do that. Update class. Now, add students. We can have students that already have their Google accounts. That would be easy enough because all of our students have Google accounts. But I'm going to go ahead and create the account for them. So again, I'm going to put in my older son, Dylan. Dylan Hughes. And his name, he's Dr. B. Okay, that's his thing, is Dr. B. His password, I'll give you his password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the password I give for all my students, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you start adding more. This is great. You know, it's time consuming, but you can import them. No, I don't want to say that. But you can import them from here. Now, this is the class code that you're going to give for this specific class. And you can see it's different than the computer exploration class. Okay, which is great because now I can assign, I can go back to my formatives and say, this, I need to assign this one to class number 1. No, I do not want it for explorations. No, just going to do class number 1. And now you get a code and everybody clicks in their code on their smartphone and they start working. And you can view the responses. Dylan has not responded yet. Neither has Joseph. However, Patrick Hughes has. And, oh, this is another thing that's kind of cool. You can say, okay, that's it. It's closed. I gave you until 9 o'clock tonight, and it's 9:01. So now you close the class or you close the formative assessment. And if they didn't make it in time, then they don't get to work with it. Okay. You can hide if you were showing tons of answers, you can hide the names and say, oh, who chose ferret? Oh no, we got to figure out why you don't understand a dog versus a ferret. Maybe they just were jumping around. I don't know. So that was classes and adding classes and setting up classes. Now there's the tracker. Now again, it's very difficult for me to show you a lot of work track because I only have one person doing this. But as you can see, overall, 1/3. Sean Hughes has done 1/3. He did this one. Okay. He didn't do the first one, though. He needs to do the first one. Okay. So that would help. You can do it by standard and tags, although we didn't actually make them. But you can also switch it between students, too. So again, let's say nobody's done anything in my class. Oh, well, that's probably because the class is closed. But now you have it. Okay. So this is Go Formative. You can see I've locked it actually. Here, let's go unlock it. Okay, so yeah, it's ready. Now you can see this is everybody who's taken it. This is class 1. This is computer explorations. How do I know that? Because, well, computer exploration says CO. I don't know why, but CO. And then C1 was what I told for class. So I can see that CEO has done none of this. Okay, in the world, a few people have done this. Sean Hughes did it. That's great. But we need to work on getting my classes to do this. Okay, so this is Go Formative. Okay, this is how it works, and I hope this has been helpful. In fact, if I have not answered all of your questions about this program, up here in the very top right of the screen is a how to get started and a question. And this is great. It's like that whodunit. You click on here and it does a little video for you. And it tells you everything you need to know, how to create one, creating a class, selecting standards, assigning, viewing, all this stuff. And then you even have more. And then if you decide to, you can go, hey, Craig, this is Craig. You can be like, hey, Craig, hey. Well, I guess I could make it with Nicole or Jill. I don't know who those people are, but they're probably working for Formative, Go Formative, and they would talk, and you would just say to them, hey, how are you? Hi there. I have a question. Okay, and then answer. I just misspelled question. But anyway, so that'll make me look like a stupid teacher. So anyway, that's how you could do that. Obviously, the log out. We've talked about the plan. We've talked about the help. Now, let me go ahead and come back to my regular screen here. No. Hi, I'm back. Well, so anyway, I was making sure that everybody got their questions answered. I'm looking here at the group chat, and I don't see too many people asking questions, but that's okay because, you know, it's just there for us to work with. So anyway, I hope that everyone has enjoyed this Go Formative small tutorial, very short tutorial. Go Formative is a great way to assign stuff, and you can just kind of toss it out there at the very end and say, hey, everybody, here's your code, look it up. And then they do it and they go off on, you know, out the class, and then they're working on it. You can do this during class, you can do it after class. You could have it at the start of the class and say, hey, do you remember what was going on yesterday? Formative assessments are great, and they really do help when you change the whole situation. Oh, I'm sorry. I do have to show y'all this real quick. Let me go back to my screen number 2, because apparently, oh, share, there we go. Apparently, I have, somebody said, it just said something. Wait, okay. Gosh, now it's not doing it. Oh, okay. See, hi there, I have a question. Hi, Patrick, please ask away. I'll have to respond. I was doing this as an example, but y'all are quick. Thanks. Right? So now that lady's like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, you know. But anyway, I again just thought I'd say I hope that you learned some stuff out of Go Formative. I hope it helps with your teaching. And please feel free to write me some comments and tell me what's going on. Have a great day. Happy teaching.